The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Holiday Crafts. My name is Jen. Santa Claus is coming to town over at Easton Community Access. So for the occasion, we're going to be making Santa Gnomes. You're going to need a pine cone, a wooden bead. You could fill this with hot glue or clay, totally up to you. Pom-pom, red material, white material. I tore up an old hat, so this is why you see some red marks on stuffing. And of course your hot glue and scissors. First, we're going to make the hat. You're going to cut out a triangle or a cone shape for the hat. You don't want anything too big. Depends on the size of the pine cone you're using. So I'm going to say around small, medium. And like I said on the thumbnail, we do not need any needles or threads. You're going to use your hot glue to put everything together. So like a normal sewing machine seam, you're going to fold the fabric into a seam and then attach the two seams together like a normal stitching process, but with hot glue because it stays better and longer. Next, you're going to glue the seams together, and then you're going to stuff it. You can get polyfill or the stuffing that I'm using at any Michaels or fabric store. This happened to have some extras from an old project that I never got a chance to finish. So you're going to line the seams together and place them together. While that is setting, you're going to paint your pine cone. I happen to use white. You can use any color you desire that is Christmas related. And you're going to prep your bead. I use hot glue to fill the holes, and I painted the bead skin color. You can use any color you desire. You don't have to go with my scheme. You're gonna set that aside and let it dry. While this is completely dry, you're going to stuff the hat with your stuffing. I like to roll on the stuffing up. Makes it easier to work with. You're going to stuff it to the point that it's kind of standing but kind of not on its own. Fix any imperfections while you're at this step. If you feel comfortable with pins to hold it together while it's curing, I guess, feel free, because any pen could go through any material from my experience in fabric. Next, you're going to cut your white material to size to fit the pine cone. You can measure it with a measuring tape, or you can just wrap around with the pine cone and then cut whenever it meets the end. Once you have your fur material or that you're using cut down size, you're going to glue it down to your pine cone once you're satisfied with the size. Then you're going to add the top part of your hat. Then you're going to fold the hat to give it more character. This is another good way to hide your imperfections, and also gives your gnome a little bit more character. Then you're going to attach the pom-pom at the end of your hat. If you don't have pom-poms, you can also use cotton balls, which works just as well. It's basically the same. Just make sure they're not too ratty. Next, you're going to add the nose. So I'm going to pick around here. You want to make it look like it's covering. Once you feel like you're done with your hot cookaloo, feel free to unplug to avoid overheating, which happens quite often. Have your hot cookaloo cool off once you feel comfortable, of course. And then time to decorate. I'm going to be using the stuffing for the beard. You can use whatever you feel like. If you feel like just paint will work, that's fine. If you want to use silver point status for the beard, that also works. So if you're going to be using stuffing, you don't really need anything to make it stay. Because the pine cone has natural ridges that it kind of stays on its own. Of course, always do this in pieces, just to make it easier for yourselves. And there you have it. You have your own little Santa gnome for the holidays. You can add a rope or a ribbon to hang it up on your tree or over your fireplace. Have a wonderful and happy holidays, everyone. My name is Jen, signing off from Holiday Crafts.